Hey everyone, this is kind of awkward, never done this before. I'm here at my studio in San Jose, um, just hanging out, setting up stuff like personal projects I want to work on, that sort of thing. Uh, I'm kind of here to just sort of share what I'm working on and like not necessarily trade secrets of photography or anything like that, but just just fun stuff, kind of give us time to hang out a little bit. Anyway, so what I was thinking we would do today um, is I would just give you a brief little tour of the studio, just kind of walk around and show you what my setup is, and we can go over some gear uh, if that's of interest to people. What I'm thinking I want to do is we'll do a tour today, and I'll show you the space and the setup and everything, and then we'll do a photo shoot next time because I'm not all set today for anything for this stuff. We're gonna shoot a wine bottle because I know that that's like a thing that everybody has in their house. So if you guys feel like playing along or anything, hey John, oh I can wave to you. Oh wow, that's fancy. Look at that. Yeah, so I'm gonna shoot a wine bottle first, and then I will shoot some other stuff. I was thinking about shooting some food too because that's kind of a thing that's kind of secretive. Like a lot of people don't know how they shoot food. Although we'll be shooting ramen noodles because it'll be fun. It'll be textural. I can get a macro lens, get really close, stuff like that. And then I'm going to kind of show you like how I edit the pictures and that sort of thing. Hey Rio, I don't know why I can wave digitally when I can just wave on the camera. That's weird. So yeah, I'm gonna show the editing process as well because I can do Facebook Live on my computer, which is cool. Yeah, so we'll show the pictures, and then what we'll do, probably in the same day, is I'll kind of show you loading and assembling my 120 millimeter camera, my medium format film camera, because that's pretty fun. And then we'll do a 120 millimeter film shoot, and we'll shoot digital alongside of it because obviously there's no immediate feedback, and I have to get the film developed, and who knows when I'll be able to do that with the shelter in place and all that stuff. So anyway, this is the space. This is where I get to go and have fun sometimes. So I'll kind of walk around, show you the space, and we'll kind of show you what else we have cooking here. Ugh. All right, so we have some mirrors here along the wall. That's our mannequin. You guys can wave to him if you want. It's nice to have a scale person when I'm working on studio stuff. So anyway, here is where we'll be shooting. Doesn't look like much, I know. This is our green room, but I'm not going to go in there because it's kind of messy right now. We just got the carpeting done. Well, actually, I just got the carpeting done not too long ago because I carpeted the room myself. But it's messy, so we'll come back to that some other time. And like I said, here's where I'm going to be shooting. It's not a very glamorous setup, but it works with still life and food. You just need a flat surface and the ability to hang a backdrop. And if you want, we can just do we can just use the wall behind it because that'll give you a different depth of field. So. Thanks, John. I think it looks pretty dope. Also, that's what the kids say, right? Who is this? Ooh, Eric is watching. I'll wave to Eric. All right, so here is my gear table. Let me flip my camera. Oh, I think it does. Oh, look at that. That's exciting. So we'll just... All right. Whoa, that looks, is that upside down? Does that look weird to you guys? I want to make this work for everyone, but is it upside down or anything, or does it look strange? I think, because my orientation on my phone is still on the, not flipped right, so I just want to make sure it looks okay. Let's start talking about my gear. So here, obviously, is my digital camera, my D850 Nikon I've always been a Nikon guy. This is my 105 millimeter macro lens, which we'll be using to shoot food with, that sort of thing. My hands are at the top of the screen. Looks okay. Thanks, John. Yeah, 105 millimeter macro lens. We'll probably use that to shoot food so we can get those really juicy, textural, like close-up shots. Then here we have my general workhorse lens, which is my 24 to 70 millimeter. This is, yeah, my workhorse lens, exactly what I was saying. I use it all the time, especially with like editorial shoots and that sort of thing. It's just super versatile. It's super fast. Yeah, and then this is my medium format film camera. It does not use 35 millimeter negatives like you guys might have seen or might be used to. This is, hey Aubrey, glad you could make it. This is an analog film camera, not 35 millimeter, which is the little canisters you see in the store you used to buy. You guys probably remember, some of you do. This is a different film format. And the viewfinder is on the top, so that's me right there. I can wave to myself. Hi, how's it going, guys? Yeah, so this is a super fun camera. I love it. It's you just get a different feel when you're shooting medium format. I've got my light meter here, which I use mostly for film, but like I can actually use. Sorry, let me back up. I use the light meter to measure how much light is needed to expose a film shot properly. But since I have the digital camera, I can actually shoot with the same settings as the film camera and get that, and just kind of figure out the exposure and stuff from the film camera to the digital. I just have all the same settings like ISO and exposure, shutter speed, aperture, that sort of thing. So I don't really need to use that. Then I've got, this is a viewfinder for my film camera here. Like to remove this here. It's not wanting to go right now. This is an older camera. I got this on eBay a couple years ago. Does not really want to go though. So this pops off, and I can essentially put this on top of it so I can look through it like a typical camera, like that basically. Okay, and then I have all my other useful stuff. I've got different size clamps that I'll probably be using to clamp up backdrops, hold things in place, you know, that sort of thing. And the most important thing here is tape, gaff tape. Never use duct tape in a photo studio on a production. Always use gaff tape. It doesn't leave a sticky residue, and it's just better. It's really sturdy, and it tears evenly too. Duct tape doesn't really tear as nice as this. So I can, like, you know, just put that there for now, a little Band-Aid. I'm kind of getting a Bob Ross vibe from this right now. Anybody else? That's how I'm feeling. Okay, so yeah, there's my gear. Let me show you guys some other stuff I'm going to be doing. This is going to, oh, that, yep, okay, I got you. All right, so like I said, I'm going to be shooting here on this table. We can set up different backdrops, different sort of lighting setups. Since we have a lot of room over here, obviously, like we have lots of space in here. It's very, very fortunate. Okay, well, so how are you guys? What's up with you? I don't know what else to do. I kind of said everything I wanted to say. So, what's up? I guess I can talk a little bit about my lights over here. This is actually a continuous light. I'll be using this with my film shoot because you won't be able to see the images that day. So I'll be using the continuous lights for the film stuff because you'll be able to see it immediately, as opposed to the strobe, which is what this thing is designed for. This is just a little umbrella type of box, an octabox, which you just bounce light out of. Thanks, Aubrey. We do like it a lot. Lauren also dances here, so that's, well, you know, that makes it sound like it's first photo studio space. It's not. Lauren rented the space first, so she gets first claim, I guess. That's great. You guys, you all should be self-isolating. I've been self-isolating for years. All right. So this can be a new segment, therapy with Rob at the photo studio. Yeah. I didn't plan this, obviously. I had no script. I kind of knew what I wanted to do. I had like my gear laid out and stuff, but we don't really have anything set up today because I'm not shooting stuff. Yeah, when do you think I should, what do you think I should focus on after this? Like I said, we had a couple things that I'll be shooting, including a wine bottle. I'm going to shoot some food. Well, I'm actually going to shoot ramen noodles. I think I said that because that'll be fun with the macro lens. And then with the film photograph, I'm probably going to shoot a like a round gray vase because it'll light really nicely and it'll be pretty, all that sort of thing. Yeah, so the space, for those of you, yeah, the space is pretty big. It's about, I think it's 2,600 square feet, something like that. It's pretty great. The mirrors on the wall are for dance classes and that sort of thing. The floor is actually a special hardwood floor, a specialty hardwood floor. Hey, Cameron, thanks for dropping in. So to answer, come back to that question in a second, John. As I'm talking about the floor right now, geez, pay attention. Yeah, so the floor is a specialty dance floor. We actually don't want to do a lot of wear and tear on it because it's a very specialized floor. It's put together piece by piece, and it's not glued down. It's actually held in place by weight, and because the floor all fits together with like a tongue and groove setup. There's a light glue or adhesive as well, but it's not like super sticky. The floor has to be bouncy for dancers. Yeah, it has to be bouncy for dancers so that they don't hurt their knees or their ankles and that sort of thing. The floor is pretty sensitive, like I was saying, though, so like I always make sure that I don't have rocks or anything in my shoes. And a lot of times we will take off shoes when we're in the space, and dancers do that as well. So John asked me if I develop my own film. I do not. I have. Space isn't, I couldn't do that really in this space because we don't have a proper chemical disposal area. There's heavy metals that get in developing liquids, that is recycled. Usually there's a company, like a disposable, like a waste disposal company that picks up that stuff in the future. Yeah, so I have developed my own film, but usually TV shows and movies get it wrong. They'll say like, we're going in the dark room, and what they're showing you is actually not a dark room. They're showing you a printing room. That's the room with the red lights, and they hang the photographs on like clothespin lines and that sort of thing. It's not that. It's a dark room is literally a closet that you go into, and you have to kind of feel around how to open the film canister and how to spool it on a reel to develop it properly so that the film doesn't stick together. Sorry about that. So the film doesn't stick together, and because of that, it's a huge pain in the ass to do it at home. Like you can do it in in like a closet at home. That's the closest analog to that, but it's risky. You need a light, tight room to remove your film from the canister. And then when you develop the film in this little light, tight canister, where you put all the chemicals in there. You're doing all of this in pitch black, by the way, so it's real safe. You develop the pictures in this little dark room, and then you go into your printing lab, which is where they have the red lights and the closed-pin line where they hang the pictures from. And that's where you actually use photosensitive film. You expose it on photosensitive paper, sorry. You expose it on a sheet of light-sensitive paper, and then you actually dip the whole sheet of paper in a liquid, a developing liquid. And then you stop the developing process with another liquid, and then you wash everything off. So basically you have 3 containers of liquid in the developing process, at least. Some people use different types of finishes, like albumin prints use a different type of finishing print. But again, that's all analog stuff. It's not really stuff that I do day to day. Otherwise, I would love to have a dark room, but it's not practical. So Rio, the biggest shoot I've done here, a couple weeks ago, like right when the COVID shutdown was starting, I did a shoot for a content magazine where we had 3 different spaces lit and set up for a portrait, a portrait of a poet. We photographed him kind of against that gray wall back there, and then kind of further forward. And then we used one of the white walls to photograph it as well. I can't show you that picture because I'm on a exclusivity agreement, like they give right of first publication and that sort of thing. So I can't show it yet, but I have behind the scenes pictures and video as well as the actual photographs themselves. I'm real excited about it though. It's a really very exciting shoot that I did here. What I can tell you is that I used one of these, which is a light that's battery powered. Now you can just use that. And that's, if you know how photography and cameras work with exposure, longer exposures and that sort of thing, you kind of know what sort of fun you can have with this. Yeah, so that's kind of it. I guess I'll flip the camera back so you can see my lovely face. Thanks for watching, guys. I know this is a weird time. Like, is this a good time to do this? Should I do this starting in the morning during the week? Should I stick to weekends? I don't really know what's best in this case. Oh, there's some noise back there. Yeah, I don't know what's best. Whatever time you think will be good. Do I use gels or colored LEDs? I use both. So this light, I do have a gel for, and I have this gel specifically because it's a very specific color temperature, and I wanted that look with the lighting. It can be just as simple as that, and you'll still get like a nice blue feel to stuff like that. Obviously, that is not a strobe light. That's just a, how do I clean equipment without damaging it? So with cameras, they're really easy to clean. You take the lens out, you use like a spray, a can of canned air, a specialty canned air, so that it doesn't like blast the inside of your camera with like a cold, I forget what that's called. Yeah, like a residue from the can. So I clean out the mirror and the sensor with that, but then the rest of it I just wipe down. With the other equipment, I really don't, because it's stored. Like all my strobes and lights, my big stuff is packed away pretty in nice little boxes and pretty neat and clean. And like the stands and stuff, if they get dust on them, I'll obviously wipe them down, but like that doesn't happen that often because I don't shoot in the desert that much. I haven't done that in a long time. Any other questions, I guess? This is a short one today, but I just wanted to run an introduction. I think I'll, in the future, when we do photo shoots and stuff, I'll make sure to do the whole process for you guys. Like I won't have everything set up for you when you turn it on. I'll set everything up so you can ask me questions and that sort of thing, if that sort of thing interests you. I totally get that it might not interest everybody. It's kind of, some of that stuff's kind of nerdy. Oh, you know, something else I wanted to do really quick. Just gonna. Just wanted to introduce you guys. This is the mannequin that I rushed out and bought when I saw it on Craigslist for like $40, because I needed a human-sized subject, a stand-in basically, to stand in for when I'm doing portraits and stuff, and I need to test my lighting. Most people are taller than me, so he works pretty well as a stand-in for most people. He's got a sweet little GoPro that I got when I worked at GoPro, so that's fun. Anyway, this is kind of it. So I guess I will hopefully see you guys next time in our humble little space here. I guess that was not meant to be a brag. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for dropping in, and yeah, I guess we'll do our still life shoot tomorrow, or soon. I'll try to get on a schedule shortly. And you guys can ask me questions about that process. Thanks a lot for dropping in, saying hi. I will see you guys later. Thanks.